Nice. Okay, let's get straight into it. Welcome back to The Steps. I am here with the amazing, incredible, creative genius, Jaquel Knight. How you doing, brother? That's where I want to start. How are you? How are you feeling?
I am.
You got to be tired. It's been a year.
I'm actually tired.
Yeah, I'm sure. You got to
Like
be.
in real life, I'm actually exhausted. But besides that,
Yeah.
I'm really good.
Yeah.
I'm in a good space. I'm feeling really good. I feel super healthy.
That's the best.
I'm not depressed.
That's the best.
Yeah, so I'm feeling good right now.
What
This, Callie? My bad.
You good. You good. What do you feel like you're most grateful for right now?
Life, just life in general. Just to be able to wake up and breathe. Just to be able to wake up and talk to my family, to my friends. Been able to get up and still work.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, like
working.
yeah, been able to wake up and grow still in the current situation, fight for others. Like, I'm grateful for all of those things. So I'm just like grateful to still be able to walk and be a part of the space.
Yeah. And I know 2020 has been like a big learning. I know I've learned a lot about myself, about the friends around me, my community, things like that. What do you feel like you've learned the most about maybe yourself this year?
What I've learned the most about myself, perseverance is a real thing, you know, and if you don't give up and you just continue to fight and continue to keep your eyes on the prize, you know, whatever that prize may be, you know, eventually it will pay off, you know, even through the hard times when things feel rough, when things seem so uncertain and so unclear. You know, it's all about what you pave for yourself, you know, and how you see yourself in that light and what you need to do for yourself to make yourself whatever you need to be for yourself. You know, it's like all of those things, and I haven't given up on me. You know, and I think that's what I'm most proud of during this whole situation.
That's the best feeling. I actually was thinking about that earlier this week. There's nothing like feeling proud of yourself.
Yeah.
Looking in the mirror and be like, yo, I did that. You know, I'm proud of the person that I see. I'm proud of the reflection that I see, you know. So I totally resonate with that. And it's been a big year for you with Black is King coming out. The Body Yaddy Challenge is everywhere. You can't get away from it. No, you can't get away from it at all. Billboard, you got the Billboard magazine here on your desk. Like, how does that feel for you to reach such a crazy height? I feel like you're really been breaking barriers for people in the dance scene for sure.
Oh. You know, it's hard to speak on it just because I always say I'm just getting started, you know, and that's been the goal from the jump too.
Right.
I think something that's been really instrumental about how I've been moving in this space is like my initial foundational goals, plans I've set for myself.
Right.
You know, like from ages ago.
Right.
You know, like my mission statement for my company is to impact, inspire, and encourage the next generation.
And you are doing that.
You know, it's not about me.
Right.
And I think everything I'm doing right now isn't about me, and that's why everything is so amplified. It's not me getting the glory. You know, it's literally from the glory of God to amplify our voices, a community that feels so underpressed, undeserved, unneeded even at times, you know, but to support our voices, you know, that's all the work I've been doing. And I think we're seeing that, and not only as a community, but just as a global, just as a world, just as a universe, we're seeing it, you know, and it's resonating with people from all over.
Right.
So I think that's what's been really moving to see.
And why is that important to you? You know, like with someone with your amount of achievements and accolades, it's easy for you to just fall into like, I'm gonna just live my life, focus on me, do my thing, make my money, right? So why is it important to you to give back to the community, to be able to help and making an impact on people's lives? What is that for you?
I think just because I grew up not having shit.
Right.
And a lot of people don't know what that feels like. And everyone thinks you wake up and boom, here you are. You know, but it's years and years of work. It's years and years of hustle. It's years and years of research and grinding and not sleeping and, you know, just living off a dream, living off of hope, you know, living off of faith, you know, that has, and all of those things has gotten me to where I am today.
Right.
And I just always think about growing up. When I grew up, I didn't see any of this. I didn't know this would happen. I didn't know this would be my destiny. I didn't know this is what I was called to do. You know, I had no clue. You know, so if I didn't know, and here I am now, just think about the next kid growing up in a small town in the middle of the country in North Carolina, you know? They don't have a clue that they can do this. You know, so I think that's what touches me the most is them, the future. You know, we're gonna all die soon, right?
To put it bleak, like,
to put it like super blatant, like we're all going to die soon. And to be super candid, a lot of us have died this year.
Yes.
Right? Like we have seen the lost on 10. Like literally the top of this, we would like, what is happening? Where are these crazy numbers are coming from? And I think what that has done for me is just push me to go, tomorrow's not promised. You know, tomorrow's not today. Exactly. Like, what are you going to do with today? What are you going to do with your now?
Absolutely.
You know, are you building for tomorrow? Are you building for your kids? Are you building for your community? Are you building for your studio, for all the students that you train? And, you know, those things mean a lot to me. And I think it just resonates. Like, we don't know if we're going to be here tomorrow. So you got to go hard today. You got to go hard right now. And that's just where everything has placed me in my journey, like to go harder. Like don't ease up. Don't get your foot off the pedal. Like go. Fuck shit up. Cause a chaos in the system. You know, cause an uproar. You know, because what they're gonna do when you die, you're gonna die tomorrow, and then what? Y'all gonna be mad? No.
People be trying to live by these rules, other people's rules that was set. You know what I'm saying? You gotta live. You just gotta go.
You have to go, and you got to do whatever makes you happy.
Absolutely.
You know, because you can't make others happy unless you're happy.
Absolutely. Do you ever think about? I know I think about this every now and then. It's like, why me? Why am I in this position? Why God? Why did you choose me to have this platform? Do you ever think about that?
I used to.
Let me not mess your mind up like I'm messed up and be thinking about this stuff.
I'm just saying I used to think like that, but now it's like, why? Some things I just don't question anymore. You know, we're placed in these positions because, period. You know,
I love that.
And I have so much faith that God is doing whatever He's doing, what He's supposed to do, and whatever He's doing right now is affecting me, and His hand is on my life and moving me how I'm moving. Like all of this is supposed to happen. You know, it's not happen. I'm not lucky.
I hate that word. I hate when people are like, you're so lucky.
Nah, bro. I'm blessed. You know, I'm chosen. You know, we're chosen.
Yes.
You know, and a few years ago, that all clicked. Like, it's all like these life or death situations, right, for me. Like, literally, like, I was in a terrible car accident, maybe 2012. Like, even now, to this day, you will not find me driving a car.
Really?
From that.
Oh, no, I know that. I know that. Wow.
And I was hit from the back by, like, an Escalade. I was in a car. I forgot what I had at the time. I think it was a Mercedes. Anyway, so anyway, but my car, like, the driver fell asleep at the light, and his foot hit the pedal and like smashed in back of me. And I had a Mercedes at the time. Thank God it was a Mercedes because the structure of those things are metal,
Solid,
strong.
Yeah.
Otherwise, my car at the time looked like a smart car.
Wow. And you were okay?
And I was okay.
Wow.
Like, I remember it all happened. I know exactly. It was on Lancashire and Violent at that crazy intersection in front of the CVS.
Oh, yeah.
In front of the CVS. I remember nothing, right? And then I had just talked to Aisha. I was going to the basement. I remember the whole night like it was yesterday.
Wow.
I was headed to the basement. I just talked to Aisha. Boom, that happened. And Aisha said I called her back and spoke like I didn't just hung up the phone with her.
So you talking to her, hang up with her, get in an accident.
Call her back and like, hey, I'm right here. Can you come get me or something? Like, I was like, I need you to come. And she's like, huh? Yeah. And then, and I was like, just out of it. I was like out of it for like a few hours. And then it came back and like started rushing. But like, that was like a click for me. Like, tomorrow's not promised.
You're right. You never know. You just living your life. Regular day.
I was headed to a rehearsal.
Yep. Like a million rehearsals we could go to, and you just never know.
You just never know. And that was like, okay, even back then, like, you got to go hard at this. You got to do what you came to do, And it's like we're all on these clocks, and it's like, are you gonna get there? Excuse me. But it's also living in like whatever you're doing today is what you're supposed to do, and then tomorrow happens, and then whatever you get done tomorrow is supposed to happen for tomorrow,
right?
And then you move on to the next day. So
right.
I think that was like a turning point for me.
That kind of shook you, shook you up a little bit. Yeah. And nothing will change your life like a death like situation,
like knocking at your
door.
At
your door, yeah, absolutely. What do you think has been the most challenging thing that you had to overcome in your career or life to get to where you are?
Again, life or death. No. I think it's just the mere fact of like the no's and the rejection, right? We all see the ups, the yays, but no one knows the no's, right? Because the no's didn't happen.
Those don't get talked about much.
No, they don't get talked about much, and they vanish. Like, they vanish into thin air,
right.
After the no, then nothing happens, and you move on, know?
Right.
And at one point, it was just, especially when I first started, like the transition of me, like when I first started, I really wanted to dance. Like, I had this idea that I was really going to climb the totem pole correctly, like by
go through
the
the procedures, the rules.
Follow
the rules.
I'm going to be a dancer, and I'm going to dance like this for this amount of years, and then eventually I'm going to be an assistant choreographer, and then eventually I'm going to choreograph, and then I'm going to be an assistant creative director. I'm going to be
the whole
and then,
ladder.
I literally was climbing
the dance ladder.
And then as soon as I like started choreographing off jump, I was still like in between this space of respecting this ladder, right?
Yeah.
Or falling into what was given. Yeah.
That's something that I feel like I never have heard talked about. It's like, what do you do with that when you feel like maybe it's really that what is it called, imposter syndrome, low key.
Yeah.
Where it's like, I don't know if I belong here. I didn't quite do what I was supposed to do, or what I've heard you're supposed to do to get here, but I'm here.
Exactly. And then there was like the dance joint, like we was rocking, or I thought we was rocking. But it was just so many no's in that process. Like no's. Like you get so close and then, okay, boom, no, not this job, not that job.
And this be like your life dream right there in
Yeah.
front of you and then just snatched away.
Exactly, just gone. Till next time.
Right. Yo, it's hard. It's hard to deal with.
And back then when we started, it was like, I always say it was the last phase of like auditioning. Myself, Sean Bankhead, our friend Xavier, we all started working in LA or visiting LA around the same time, around 2007. And that was like the last wave of dance auditions, heavy, like 2007 to 2009. Like,
Yeah.
and it would be some yeses, of course, but it was just so many no's. And then I started choreographing and landed Single Ladies in '08, which came from a dance audition, right? The no of the dance audition was for Frank Gatson. He was hiring, looking for dancers for Michelle Williams. He was looking for dancers, and I went, I didn't go to get the dance job, funny enough. I went so he could see what I had to offer. Somehow I was like, hopefully we could get to like, he could see me. Yeah, like I just want to be on the team somehow. And from that audition, he asked me to freestyle. They fell in love with my freestyle. And then he called me a few days later, was like, hey, can you come in and give us a few of your grooves?
Yeah.
I'll give you a couple $100, show us a few grooves, and we'll call it a day. And through that process of like him seeing me in rehearsal, him seeing me teach, him seeing me how I handled the room, him seeing how I was being able to communicate choreography, and everyone got quiet when I spoke. He was like, oh my God, you've done this before. And I'm like, yeah, this is what I was doing in Atlanta. Yeah. Anyway.
There's a lot of power in that, being able to communicate and command a room, which you do really, really well. You do really well. I think that that gets overlooked. It wasn't like you had some great steps.
No, yeah.
But it was way more than that.
It was way more than that, and then from there, like he was like, okay, come on board, be one of my assistant choreographers. Can you then come on board and choreograph her tour?
But this is Beyonce. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but this was Michelle Williams.
Okay, so this wasn't
time.
Beyonce yet.
Not
okay,
yet.
Okay. This is not Single Ladies yet.
No, not yet.
Got it.
But then he was like, I may have something really special for you in 3 months. I'll give you a call.
Okay.
So I went back to the nose, back to this dance grind, back to auditioning, back to assistant Chuck.
And I'm sure that 3 months felt like forever too.
And I just hopped back in my bag.
Got it. Okay.
We went LA. It was summertime. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Dance class. We was taking 5 classes a day.
She was moving.
We was going.
Yeah.
And then he got the call, or I got the call 3-4 months later, like, hey, I got this Beyonce record. Can you get to New York tonight? If she fucks with you, basically, you'll stay. If not, I'll get you back to LA. Literally, that was the conversation.
So good luck.
We'll figure it out. I'll break you on again at some point.
So what is you feeling in your heart at that moment?
I gotta get to New York. Okay, where did I get to New York? Because it was crazy. That same day, I was literally making up steps to send to Frank. Just because I thought he may have forgot, just to keep me fresh on literally that exact day.
Yes. Hungry, grinding. That's how you do it. Yes.
And I didn't have to send the things because he called me.
Right.
And then it was a wrap. Like I was still like, I remember doing that. We worked 2 weeks in New York, which was Single Ladies now. Now there's Single Ladies. And then I flew back to LA and I just hopped back in assisting. Like I started assisting Jamal,
Yeah.
And then it was like, hey, can you come back to New York, work with B again? And it was like, okay, this is what we're doing. This is starting to
this
start
is a thing
of it,
now.
And then it became a thing once that record dropped. It was like I was nonstop. I was like New York for a week, LA for a week, New York for a week, LA for a week, New York to go prep. Okay, boom, I fly back to LA to prep for when she lands back in LA. Like it became like the whole cycle. And through that, it was wild. It was wild. Like in the middle of that, it was like Jamie King's doing Britney Spears tour. him and Brittany really want you to submit something. Can you come do that? I did that in the middle. Jamie fell in love. Brittany loved it. I didn't have to. I got 0 notes for my piece. They was like, can you start tomorrow with Brittany and the team? Like, boom, you know. And then I was in the middle of Britney Spears rehearsals. While I was in there, Frank was calling like, hey, we're rehearsing for tour. When are you available to get here to help us prep for tour? Like, it was.
Things took off.
I mean, things took off.
Yeah. So here's, I have 2 questions. First one is, what do you think it was about you that made you so unique, made you stand out to them, where people started to be like, I need that?
I think it was just the freshness, the fresh approach to what choreography was, and the rawness within, you know, like I was.
And how did you even find that for yourself?
I was straight from Atlanta. Like, we were dancing in the streets, literally dancing in the streets.
Right.
You know, dancing at talent shows, dancing at the teen clubs. Like we used to throw warehouse parties and dance for like the main event of the party.
Yeah.
You know? And through and then I started traveling and taking classes all over. I used to travel and follow monsters as much as I could.
Yeah.
And then that like helped me up my game and let me see how trash I really was, right? Because we're talking about everyone at their young, but like peak to me, like Laura Edwards, Antonio Hutnell, Nick DeMora, you know, all of these people were like dope. And and like able to pick up choreo, able to kill it, and all I had was like just sauce, just heart, just passion, just grind, you know.
That'll get you
just
far,
fire, you know, like all over the place.
I could imagine.
You know?
I could imagine.
So it was like just being around just this new group of friends, you know, family now.
Yeah.
That just made me pull up. And then all of us, I had my like dance family in Atlanta. We were like dance nonstop. Like spend weekends, like get out of school on a Friday and dance until Monday morning.
Right.
You know, not sleep.
Right. And you was dancing in the community, at parties, at events, like almost like socially. Like you weren't just in the studio.
I was actually never in the studio until like, I didn't start like dancing, like taking classes till I was 15. Like I was already late. I was a musician and I started dancing in the band. Like when we started talking like formal training, my formal training was like the saxophone, you know, music theory.
Got it.
You know?
That makes sense. Actually.
So once I started marching with the high school, that's when I started like dancing.
Got it.
And
okay.
through that, my best friend, she was a dancer. She grew up in dance school from like a child, from like a baby, like trained and everything. And then she the one that put me on game, like, hey, there's this workshop that's coming. You should. I think you would enjoy it. You know, everyone's coming down. I think you enjoy it. And that like changed my whole world, you know?
Wow. It's been quite a journey for you.
I mean, it's been a journey.
Like a hell of a journey. And the other thing I wanted to ask is like, how do you deal with the pressure both then and now? Because then it's like Beyonce, Single Ladies, which it turned out to be an iconic, you know, video. How are you managing to not only deal with the pressure, but thrive in the pressure?
Back then, it was difficult. It was hard because I just felt like my presence was causing so much chaos, so much ruckus in the industry, like in this political dance world, you know.
People felt like you shouldn't have had
People
what
felt
you had.
like I shouldn't have been doing this, I shouldn't have done that. People was leaving the agencies.
No.
Like I was signed, I was at MSA, people was leaving the agents going elsewhere, you know.
Why?
I don't know if they felt like I was getting work they weren't getting or what, you know, but I just felt like a lot of things was happening and I was new. So people questioned like, how's this new kid, da da da, you know, you could just feel the energy and
Yep.
I wasn't really a part of the energy. So I just
Yeah.
I would just always play everything cool. And I just respected, I guess this is also a part of the reason why I am now where I'm at. Like, I would just always gave love to everyone who came before me, you know?
Right.
Always.
Right.
Always, even to this day, you know? Everyone I've seen in videos before, you know, now are my friends, you know? And that was just always blew my mind. And I think they were like, the respect I've given them and they gave back just helped me continue to grow and elevate and know that whatever I needed, you know, I had someone there. You know, someone had my back, you know, throughout all this. Someone was speaking up on my behalf, like, nah, the kid is dope. Nah, the kid is cool. You know, the kid, don't hate on him. You know, like, I could feel that too. So I think that really helped me more than I ever realized.
Right. It sounds like you surrounded yourself with good people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Very important.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The Chucks, the Dracos, the Aishas, the Binky and Leslies, you know, the Goofy and Punches, you know.
Legends.
Just to be in good cahoots with them, you know, just, you know, you give some, you get some. So that really helped me a lot back then because it was so much. And I think now where I'm at, I don't look at everything as pressure. Like, there's no pressure for me.
Yeah, tell me about that. In what way? How? Because some people would be like, "Yo, if I get a call and I got to choreograph Black is King, what the this big cultural iconic moment." You know what I mean? Where do you go mentally, or you just focus on creative?
I just. The key is just to keep it fun. Don't let the job become bigger than who you are, because then you start to envy. You start to envy the job, and that's not fun. Because then once you start to envy the job, then the job becomes a job. And I hate working. If I'm being honest, I hate working. I'm the hardest worker.
That hates working.
I'm the hardest worker I know, and I hate working.
Right. Right.
You know, like, I hate anything that feels like work.
So you do your best to make it not feel like work.
Not
just
feel
have
like
fun
work.
with it.
Just like, I have to keep it fun, even though that's, of course, it's the whole business side of everything, the managing of things. Even within that, I just try to keep myself like on ground, like keep my feet on ground, walk right in front of left.
Right.
And don't live in the space of, ooh, I want this to hit. I want this to go. This gotta go. You know, I just create, you know, and my job is something I have to accept is I'm a trend. Like, I set trends.
Yep.
For a living.
Yep.
Not to, like, I influence the influencers, you know?
Yep.
Like, that's what I do like, that's literally my job.
Yeah.
You know?
Absolutely. Yep.
So just now, like, being in a space where I can identify and put my finger on it, then I'm always just walking in that space. Like, it's no competition. It's no heat. It's no pressure. Like,
I'm it. I'm creating it.
Yeah.
Yep. Absolutely.
Like, I do what I do, and you're gonna do what you do.
Yes.
You know, and we're gonna coexist, or, you know, whatever. But I'm called to do my job, and I'm going to do my job. You know, so in the midst of creating, it's all about just being able to give. Like, when I go on a job, when I accepted a gig, I have to be in the space of giving.
Yes.
That's where the pressure is.
Yes.
Can I give my whole self?
Yes.
You know, can I give everything what have I not given that we can share?
Right.
What can I go and learn and then give?
And how do you manage giving without just being totally spent, overwhelmed, and want to just quit everything?
I think when you give, not expecting, it comes back to you. You know, body is going wild right now. That was choreographed on my first listen of Body in my head. I already had the choreography, you know, and I heard the record maybe 3 months before I got the record to choreograph.
You said you had the record.
I heard the record.
Oh,
I didn't
before you got it.
Before I got it. Like
it.
we was working on BET stuff actually, and Megan played. She was like, "Quill, let me play you some records." Like, boom, she played "Don't Stop," and then she played "Body." "Body" went off in my head, and I'm like, "This is the one."
You was like, "This is it."
This is it. And she was like, "Okay, we're gonna start with "Don't Stop." Like we're gonna start with "Don't Stop." Start thinking about what that is. She had sent me "Don't Stop," and then "Body" was gonna be next. She hadn't sent me "Body,"
Got it.
Even though that was a record I always really wanted.
Right.
But then when I got "Body,"
Yeah.
I was ready to give because I already saw it in my head.
Right.
So that to say, like,
so it's just not getting caught up in.
Can't get caught up in this. You know, like "Body" was choreographed maybe in 15 minutes, 20.
Right.
You know,
A lot
like,
of best
and
stuff.
we dialed it in maybe within an hour. Like literally as quick as me calling JB, like, "JB, get over here. How soon can you get over here?" By the time she walked in, I had figured it out, the nuances. You know,
it's crazy how that works. Some of the best stuff or the stuff that hits the most, it's like some you just came up. You was in the bathroom brushing your teeth, and
but I felt it from when I heard it 4 months ago. You know what I'm saying? Like, I already knew the energy I wanted. I already knew what it looked like in my head. So I guess for me, it's like just being able to give, and then it comes back to you. You know, like "Body" is coming back. Like I can't not get on my phone and not see it.
Oh, trust.
You know?
None of us.
And I don't know if it's because my algorithm is just full of dance, but
no, it's everywhere. It's everywhere.
Or it feels like it's everywhere.
I just be seeing just random people just like doing it. It's crazy.
And that's the give back to me, you know?
Yeah. That's amazing, man.
Yeah,
I think that's
fun.
I think that's a great way to look at it. I think that will help a lot of people. Is just have fun with it, and it sounds like just be present, be in the moment. Don't think too far ahead about what's gonna happen, how far it's gonna go, all that. Just be there.
Be there and be prepared. It's like all the things, right? It's like you have to take a moment to see where you want to go, how far you want to go. Write it down, make it plain.
Yes.
How far you want to go. Then it's living in the boom. Where are you at now?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And then taking those where you at now, what are the steps to get to where I want to go?
Exactly.
And being present in every step.
Yeah.
Like, don't try to cheat steps. Don't try to get through this
to
step
quicker.
6. Nah. You take each step for what it is. And then you start to, you plant seeds as you go.
Yes.
And then you continue to dream and you continue to write. Okay, boom, I'm gonna get off at exit 46. I'm gonna, in 15 minutes, like I'm gonna charge up here. Boom, start to see that. Before you get there, okay, boom, did we do that? Okay, boom. Okay, now let's keep going. We still got bigger things to do.
Yeah. What do you think are like the top 3, like most important steps to being successful in this industry, in the entertainment industry? What do you think are the 3 musts for you?
There must be a why. Why are you doing this?
That's perfect. Yes.
Why are you here? Like, and that all becomes from you. Like, why?
Yeah.
Right? Why? And then it's, what do you have to give? What are you giving?
Yeah.
A lot of people come into this industry wanting to suck it dry, wanting to get this. They want to go, I want to do this so I can get this, so I can get a house, so I can get a car, but what are you going to give?
Yes. I'll be saying the same thing. Absolutely. And I think the people who are giving the most are having the most impact and are standing out the most in this industry.
Yeah, absolutely. Because they're giving.
Yep.
Giving.
Yep.
So it's the why, it's the give, and then it's the fire. Like, do you have the fire to not burn out?
Do you think you can create fire? Do you think you can become that, or is it in you already?
I think it's both. I think it's in you already, and if it's in you, you're going to be able to take off quicker. And if it's not in you, you're either going to get it and be able to start taking off,
Yeah.
or your fire's going to die and you're going to go back home.
Right. Right.
You know, it's either or, but at some point you're going to have to get it if you want to make it.
Right.
You know, there's no way around it.
Yeah.
You know?
I think honestly, I think the people who are supposed to do this and supposed to be in this, that fire is going to be in there naturally. But I think that for anybody who finds the thing that they're supposed to be doing,
Yes.
that fire, you're going to feel that. And if you don't have that, then you need to start figuring out, okay, what does light me up?
Then it goes back to your why.
Back to step one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, why are you doing this? Why? For what? For who?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So I think those are the three most important steps. So definitely the why, the give, and then the fire.
Having a fire. I fully believe that. So what's next for you? You know, you've achieved so much. What's next for Jaquel Knight? What is that vision that you're even fighting for, that you're pushing so hard for?
Oh my God.
I want to hear it.
You know, I'm a crazy guy. Like,
I love crazy.
It's like who do you want to be? Like, who are two people that you see, or two or three, however many you may have, but two career goals, two career paths that you follow, that you
I like Will Smith a lot.
Will Smith, and why? Why Will Smith?
Because of the impact he has on people's lives and his ability to do so many things at a very high level. That inspires me. And he does everything with intention and purpose.
All right, Will. Then who's your
Will Smith? I would say I like a lot of I want to say, I don't know if ethically or morally he's the best person, but as a business person, as a business mind, Jeff Bezos of Amazon, who owns Amazon. So Will Smith, Jeff Bezos, and man, maybe honestly, like my mom, because she's persevered so much and raised 5 kids and you know, had us in church, God fearing, and pushed through so much. I've seen her persevere through so much. So her perseverance really inspires me. So I would say those 3.
So those are big, huge people, right? So I guess for me, it's like, when it comes to everything I'm doing, it's like Bob Fosse, you know, and not just from choreography, but just like the sense of director, choreographer, songwriter,
huge
arranger.
Yeah.
So is that element?
Okay.
Then there's Ryan Seacrest.
Okay, why Ryan Seacrest?
Producer, TV producer, you know, still talent himself.
Right.
You know, people don't know that Keeping Up with the Kardashians is Ryan Seacrest's show.
I had no idea.
Yes, which is on season
36. Yeah, it's been around for a minute. Yeah.
And then he's now EP of Idol. Not only the host, but also
I've been sleeping on Ryan Seacrest.
And he has his own talk show. You know, huge people sleep on him, but Ryan Seacrest is huge.
Yeah.
Then it's always been like L.A. Reid, you know, when it comes to business and the careers he developed and found, and TLC, like all of our musical favorites, I felt like has come from him, through that era, and like through the ability to find talent and groom them so they can be huge stars. So with that, like, that's where my head is. Like, I'm writing movies now, you know, I'm building, I want my own center staging. I want my own center stage.
Absolutely.
You know, where we at. Like this studio, this is my first stage step at my compound.
And it's fly, y'all. Y'all can't see it, but this
You
is fly.
know, like I have my studio there. Upstairs is my editing suite. You know, my business, my meeting table is here. You know, this is where I create my cork wall. You can see boards up. You know, whiteboards. We're writing. We're making notes. We're talking. We're writing film. I got scripts all over the place. We're doing TV. We just, you know, I just signed a production deal, you know, a couple months ago for
congrats.
some TV stuff. You know, thank you. But it's like all of this stuff that we're seeing now is this is like,
You're really just getting started.
we're just getting started, you know, and I think something that's been really huge is like this idea of now living in this space of copywriting our stuff and owning it, you know, ownership. Ownership. I've seen you talk about ownership often. Like,
Absolutely.
how can that work in our space, you know? And that's something that I've been very mindful of over the past few years. And now we're starting to get some traction on it that's moving really well.
Nice. So for anybody who doesn't know, what is your vision for that when it comes to copywriting your work? What would you like to see what's the end goal for that?
I want just how, it's easy to me, just how songwriters and producers are getting paid, choreographers
over.
should be getting the same.
Agreed. And that's for a live, that's for tour, that's for music video, that's for film, everything. Yep. Yep.
That's
I agree.
for-
Commercial. Because everybody if you're in the commercial, you get residuals, but the choreographer doesn't.
No.
Yeah.
You know, and we just because we did something on tour, just because we did a music video for it, don't mean it needs to. If you want it for tour, that's something else. You gotta.
It's a different check.
Yeah, just how it's a licensing fee for the music for the video. You pay a licensing fee to go on tour to play the music. You know.
Yeah.
So you should do the same if you want to do those steps in your movie. You shouldn't be able to do. Why can't you do my stuff for free? In your movie, we worked hard for that. That's my art.
Right.
I made that already.
Yeah.
Why can you? How can you put the steps in your video game? Y'all got give me some.
And that's a big thing that's happening right now.
You know.
Right.
So
How can people support? Is there any way for people to support yet? Anybody that's watching?
to support that call, look, something that's been great of this year has been the foundation. You know.
Yes.
Jaquel Knight Foundation, JaquelKnightFoundation.org.
Yes.
That has been like my pride and joy. I've been thinking about that since I started. And this year we were able to launch and really push, go.
Yeah. You've done a great job with that, man.
We've raised over $200,000, and that is all going back to the people.
Yes.
You know, I think we've given over 500 checks to dancers across the country.
Wow.
Have given meals.
Major, man.
So we're just getting started on that, and we're about to go into another round of fundraising, probably at the top of the year. But I'd say anything that you can support is like through that, because that goes back to the people.
Okay.
And with this copyright stuff, I just say dance is a business.
Yes.
It must be treated as such.
Absolutely.
You know, and I know we have fun. It's like our good time, right? It's like what we love to do in real life. Like we really want to dance.
Right. But it's a lot of people making money off of dance. That ain't us.
That's not the people who love to dance.
Yes.
You know, so it's, if you really bout it and you really want to make dance a thing, it's accepting the business practices of it first.
Yep. Absolutely.
You know, and I think something I've done really well was change the game of what dance choreography business looked like.
Right. Yes. Absolutely.
And I hope everything that I'm doing is inspiring the next guy, the next Jaquel Knight.
Yes.
The next Antoine, the next Sean Bankhead, the next Parrots, you know, out there.
Yeah.
Like,
Absolutely.
go be great, be better than. You know, here's the Here's the roadmap.
Yeah.
You know,
I love it, man.
take it in a seed. Go be great. Go be great.
I love it, man. Man, I just want to acknowledge you for being an amazing leader with an amazing heart and amazing mind at the same time, and being so selfless, you know, much respect. And I always see, like, I can guarantee whenever I see your work, I'm going to see quality. I'm gonna still see that fire even to this day. It's still in it, you know. And there's plenty of opportunities out there. I'm sure you're getting hit up all the time to sell out or do something that wouldn't represent you or represent the community well. And we're not seeing any of that. So much love and much respect for that. For
Thank
sure.
you, man. Thank you. It's culture. It's all culture movement, you know. And when you put it on for the people, you gotta hold us. You gotta hold us down.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know?
Yes, sir. Where can they find you as we wrap this up? Where's the best way to find you?
Best way to find me, Instagram.
That's
Instagram, Jaquel Knight. Everything is Jaquel Knight. Twitter is Jaquel Knight.
I need to follow you on Twitter. I didn't know you was on there.
I mean, I don't mean tweet as much as I would like. I used to love Twitter, and I have moments where I'm like, oh my God, Twitter is still popping.
Are you on Clubhouse? You on Clubhouse now,
I am
right?
on Clubhouse.
Okay.
I have not been on there, but I am on Clubhouse.
I like Clubhouse.
People love Clubhouse.
Yeah.
I just don't have the time.
Right. To be talking or hearing nobody talk.
I just don't have the time. Like, I can't. I wish, and I'm going on vacation next week, so I'm hoping I can spend like
much deserved
few days of like just on Clubhouse. But
Yeah.
I be in the middle of rehearsal sessions. Like,
Yeah.
I ain't got time to be. And, you know, I try to sometimes hop on and like hear what's going on, but
Yeah.
Clubhouse is a thing too now. It's
Yeah.
like a wave.
Yeah, I
and
think
it
it's the
really
next
cool.
thing. Yeah, I think it's the next thing. But Instagram and Twitter at least for now.
Instagram for
Jaquel.
sure.
Instagram for sure.
So follow me. I'm always blasting stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm having a lot of fun.
Good.
I'm doing a lot. I'm trying to give as much information, dropping knowledge. We've been doing a lot of press things, you know. So it feels really nice to do this.
Yeah.
For you, because I know it goes back to the community hard.
Yes.
Yeah, so you know, I'm giving as much as I can give.
Yeah.
We're creating, we're growing. I just directed the film for Megan that's dropping on Apple Music on Monday. It's a short like music piece.
Monday.
On Monday, it's a 20-minute piece. She's a breakthrough artist of the year. I'm really proud of it. I want to direct a Super Bowl commercial next year. So that's what I'm throwing out there.
I could see that
in the universe.
because you already done like 3 of them.
I've done 3 of them, you know. So now I'm on the big branded work.
Boom. It's coming. We're manifesting that. We're praying that into existence.
We're working towards that. But I'm having fun.
I love it.
I'm having fun. And I'm surrounding myself with a team that supports and believes.
Yeah.
And they got my back. And it feels good to know that they're there.
Yeah. Shout out to the team.
Shout out to JK Creative. You know, everybody. Jordan, Mary, Rabbi, Kylie's in the building. Danae, Darina.
Oh, it's a squad. It's a squad for real.
It's a squad. It's a squad. Carlos, Frankie, you know, Lauren, you know, Don.
Yeah, you better make sure you get all of them because you know they're going
to be like, how you forget about me?
Well, yeah, thank you, brother. Thank you, Jaquel Knight, for being on the steps. And like I always say, the most important step is just to keep going.
Keep going.
Boom. Thanks, brother. Appreciate you, man. That's a wrap on that. Thank you. That was really good. That was a lot of information.